Okay, so here we are for the battle against Bill. There is no 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼, which is actually kind of wild. I guess I do have the 𝙭, so it makes some kind of sense. I do think there's a chance that it's going to be just straight off rip a Hazard's Gliscor, because he has Terra Ghost on that. I think you only really run Ghost if you're trying to or planning to protect your own hazards from getting taken away. So yeah, there is Terra Ghost on Gliscor. The biggest issue on his entire team, the Terra Fairy 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼. This one was criminally underpriced. I think it was like 8 points. But yeah, my game plan, I think, kinda has to stay as it was. I do have plenty of poison coverage. I do have plenty of potential abilities to try and deal with the 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼. It's not a fun mon for me to deal with. Dragapult is a big problem for me as well. Our only Ghost switch in is Ursaring, and because that's so telegraphed, he can just like U-turn every time and get in 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼 and cause me some issues. We do see the Raikou. I actually didn't think Raikou would turn up to this one, so potential for Scarf, I guess, on that. We don't have amazing switch-ins to it, I'll be completely honest. I've kind of overlooked it a little bit in prep because I didn't think that it had a particularly good matchup into my team, but it is what it is. Good luck, have fun to Bill. Make sure to go check him out. He's been somebody who's been in the community forever. He's been one of my best friends in the community, or he's been one of my best friends in the community for a while as well. And we see Glowjob is the lead. Okay. That's not an easy lead for me to deal with. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do kind of just want a Gunk Shot, because I don't see that being a necessary issue for my team, and Gunk Shot is pretty free into a lot of what he wants to bring. So yeah, I think I'm just going to Gunk Shot off rip. Try and get as much damage off on this mon as I can. This is also a big problem for my team. My switch-ins to Manaphy were really bad into a lot of the rest of the team. We're going to Gunk Shot. Do we land it? We do. Good job. We are going to see that it's going to do over half. Delightful. Love that. And we see an Energy Ball. What a turn one. Cinema. Okay. So do I think we're going to see a Gliscor or a 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼 coming in? I think we probably do. Do I want to Ice Beam predicting that? Yes, because I don't think you want to lose Manaphy just yet. And yeah, if we catch the Gliscor, that'd be just delightful. Honestly, that'd be fantastic. Don't know if Surf would. Surf probably does knock me out from here, considering that Energy Ball did as much as it did. He may also just risk it, I guess. I could have gone for the Gunk Shot trying to get the 2-hit KO. It definitely looks like it's a 2-hit KO no matter what. So the Manaphy potentially isn't very bulky. He endures. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I clicked Ice Beam. Because yeah, that doesn't put you into your Custap or Salak range or anything like that. And I think this time I just want a Gunk Shot again. As honestly, my switch-ins to Manaphy, like I said, were not great. So yeah, if I can trade my Greninja for this Manaphy, or like, I mean, I already has kind of traded for this Manaphy, I'm pretty happy with that. Like, I'm pretty good with that, all things considered. It's not too bad. He's seen the Ice Beam now, so he shouldn't want to go into his Gliscor, I think. So we might see an 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼 come in. And if we see 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼, then we can like kind of work around what set it's going to be. We missed the Gunk Shot, which is really quite tough. He's going to Scold. We live that. But we will go down to the next hit. So I guess the next question would be, like, he could definitely preserve this. I think I just want to go for an extra sensory on the chance that he goes out into 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼. Because we can revenge this mon. Like, I assume that he's going to be Custap. That Gunk Shot miss is pretty bad. Could have been worse, but it's pretty bad. Actually, my switch into this one don't really exist. I will just go out into Young Grizzler here. It's not the optimal start. I would have liked to have kept that one around just for, you know, the ability to click buttons pretty freely into this team. Now, I guess the question here becomes, am I able to do, like, am I able to take these hits pretty well? Manaphy. I should be able to take the hits really quite well. So there's part of me that wants to bulk up. Is that greedy? Potentially. How well do I take a 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼 hit afterwards? Probably, I would have to assume, not all too well. If I'm at +1, I actually do take it quite well. So I'll click bulk up. They're going to withdraw. Okay, just the immediate withdrawal out. We're going to see Scourge. And that's the Gliscor. So preserving the Custap for later definitely makes a lot of sense. And we'll see what this wants to do. I will just go for an Avalanche. If he Terra Ghosts, he Terra Ghosts. Strong chance, I think, that he's just going to try and set up his hazards. And if he Terras this, I actually think that's better for me in the long run. So, yeah. We're at +1. I don't think Avalanche will knock this out. But hopefully we put immediate pressure on, because this is a good mod into his team. Like, by all means, I don't want to lose too much health on it, but like, what are we going to see? Knockoff, or it's going to be hazards? He has to decide whether or not he wants to Terra list to be able to set up his hazards and then not Terra 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼, or potentially lose this to something else. He's actually going to switch. Okay. And Kate Bush comes in. I mean, that's not horrible. That's the Shaman. And that's 50%. So I will definitely take that. I can just Avalanche again. I don't think there's any downside to that. Ursaring already putting in more work than Greninja. Who could have seen that one coming? Honestly, I put Gong Shot on the set. It was bound to miss. This has a chance to possibly be able to trade 2 for 1. I think if he goes into 𝙂𝙍𝙬𝘼 after Healing Wishes. Okay. Does that count as an Ursaring kill? I think it might. No Shaman? I guess that works. What can we see come in? The Dogi? Could very well be Dogi. It's gonna be Glow Drop. Okay. Ellie is a big fan of that nickname. So this could scold me. How much am I doing actually to this mon? If I have a look at Greninja to a Manaphy. My Gunk Shot probably has like some investment. Yeah, it's probably max HP. So judging off of that, if I get a Gunk Shot and Poison, it's like guaranteed to a KO. So I'm gonna go for it. Goes for the Tail Glow. Absolutely makes sense. Do land the Gunk Shot, love to see that. And it is a 2-hit KO. So I'm once again in this position where I have to hit the fucking Gunk Shot. If we had hit the first Gunk Shot, this mon would have been gone and wouldn't have been an issue, but, you know, such is the game, right? Such is the game. We get the burn, so we have our Guts activated. And we missed the Gunk Shot, of course. Why wouldn't we miss 2 Gunk Shots on the same fucking Pokemon? Okay. Does anything live a +3 hit? Yes. I mean, you should. I might have to Terra Water on you, which is honestly not the worst thing in the world. It's just really fucking annoying that I'm going to lose 2 mons to Gunk Shot misses. But, you know, maybe I should have clicked Earthquake, predicted the burn. I don't know. I don't think there was a lot I could have done in that situation. Oh well. Game is the game, I guess. I mean, I would have to go into Metagross afterwards. I don't have much of a choice here. I think I've got to sack you, which really sucks because you're so good in this matchup, but oh well. You know, what can you do when the game decides it's just not going to be for you today? Metagross to +3 Manaphy, unless you are Shadow Ball, which, I mean, we've seen your full moveset, you're not Shadow Ball, then we should be okay. We've seen Scald Energy Ball, actually. A +3 Scald. Does a +3 Scald do anything to Salamence? It shouldn't do. So I'm going to go out to Salamence and I'm going to start setting up, I think. We've seen his thing's full moveset. It's Endure, Tail Glow, Energy Ball, Scald. So I'm just going to Dragon Dance. At +1, we outspeed this. We need to get to +2, which is the thing. But we can absolutely do that on this. Like, the only mon that's going to really cause me a problem here is going to be the Raikou. But does that take +2? I don't know if it... I mean, sure it does. I'm sure it does. It will just barely take it. And we see you come back in. At +1 I don't do enough, and I know I don't do enough. And I think he knows that I know that I don't do enough. I'm just going to Dragon Dance. I'm going to Terra, and I'm going to Dragon Dance. I think that is the best course of action here. Because at the very least, I need to start forcing his hand and claiming some kills in return. If he's like Ice Fang or something like that. Because +2. +2 is a really good spot to be in. He does Toxic. So +2 to Gliscor. It is a 2 at KO. Terra Flying. If I get to +3, it's still not really any better off for me. So I think what I'd rather do... Hang on, is +4 enough to knock out Raikou? That's the real question I think here. Is +4 enough? With Terra Flying? It's not quite. So I think it's better for me just to click Dual Wing Beat. Yeah, this is like his max Fizz Def as well. Any Facades? Does a good amount of damage. Now, there's part of me that really thinks he's going to Protect. I'm going to go for the rest. Because he either protects or he subs or something along those lines. One thing I don't think you do is go out into Raikou hard, do you? And if you do, I guess this could be worse situation, right? There's a potential endgame with Metagross. That's definitely a possibility. He actually does. That's wild. Because he doesn't actually know my set. We to outspeed Scarf. We don't outspeed Scarf Raikou here, so yeah, he discharges. You can't fuck around with the threat. If you're not Scarf, does my Great... I think my Great Tusk outspeeds us at +1. Yes. I'll go for the spin. You can go for the Scald, it will do about 50%. And because we're Covert Cloak, it will never burn us. And he is lefties. Good to know. So now Headlong Rush is really quite free, because even if he goes into Gliscor afterwards, he would have to Terror it. He's going to go into Gliscor. What other plays can he make? He could go out into, like, Manaphy on the Ice Spinner. Are we going to see Manaphy hit? We do. Now, you should always endure. And he should know that. I know that he should always endure. So it's a real clusterfuck of will he endure. If he endures, I just go out into my my Salamence afterwards. So yeah, I don't think I care too much if he endures here. Like, the only thing it would immediately force is me to switch out. Yeah. So because I thought, oh, he knows that I have to play around that situation, that should always be the play. The only thing that now can revenge me is a Scarfer. Do I think the Polt will be Scarfed? There's definitely a chance, especially with Battle Bond. 𝙂𝙍𝙀𝘼𝙏. It's actually going to be the 𝙂𝙍𝙀𝘼𝙏. I'm just going to Headlong this. Like, I know you're going to Terror, but this is one of the biggest problems for my team. And you going into this is really interesting, because it makes me think that there is a good chance you are... I mean, you could be Scarf and faster than me, that's actually possible. But they're not. It's still going to hurt. Yeah, it does a really good amount of damage, actually. And Drain Punch actually doesn't knock me out. Tusk, you are absurd. What the fuck is that? That is actually ridiculous. I mean, no reason to not Headlong, is there? And I am Covert Cloak, so he can never get the poison on me. I'm glad I switched out last minute, because I was going to go Rocky Helmet. But it's me. I would have got Toxic Chained on the first turn of asking. I would have got burned by the fucking Scold. So there's a chance that Tusk wins here. But it depends entirely on what his Pulse set is. He's going to withdraw. Just go back out into Gliscor. I mean, I haven't shown the Ice Spinner yet, have I? So he doesn't know that I've got the Ice Spinner, but I think the Ice Spinner should be fairly obvious. Does it kill Gliscor, though? And at this point, does it matter too much? I mean, it will kill the Gliscor. That is a certainty. So it's just a matter now of if he's got priority or he's Scarf on Dragapult. But just gonna Spinner. It's gonna take out the Gliscor. 2 kills for Tusk. Great Tussie coming back with as many kills as it got in PPL, I'm pretty sure. If it's able to sweep from it. If it's not, like, there's a good chance that it's also Scarf Pult, right? Yeet Young. You could also have Sucker. But regardless, I'm gonna click Spinner. I'm on 10 HP, what the fuck else am I gonna do? Right? Like, I can't get back up to this level of speed. So I think if he's not got either, he's just got to hope that he's faster, and he might well be, depending on his creep. He isn't. Okay, so I think Tusk probably just sweeps from here. Shout out to Great Tussie. How the fuck do you get to -1 defense and then still live a Drain Punch from this mon? Like, that's genuinely pretty absurd. We know he's not Scarf on the Raikou, we outspeed it guaranteed. And I think this should start off as a 4-0, which, after the amount of gunk shots I missed early on, would be a lovely way to come back. Show me the extreme speed Raikou, and I would not be mad. I mean, you clearly don't have it, because you would have got into it there. But, honestly, I would not be mad at all. The Covert Cloak was so fucking huge in this game, actually kind of wild. Yeah, we just go for our Headlong. We've seen this as leftovers. That's the kill. Great Tusk picks up 5. GG to Bill. Yeah, Great Tusk is a stupid Pokemon. And it turns out that I should have used this set far more often in PPL last season, because it just kind of wins. But yeah, the turn against Manaphy was huge. There not being a Shaman was huge as well, so shout out to 𝙂𝙍𝙀𝘼𝙏 for putting in the finest and making it Healing Wish itself. And yeah, we're starting off 1-0 +4. Arguably one of our hardest matchups as well, so we take those. And like you enjoyed the battle, subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of the season. And until next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.